that Piranhas Hockey World will be our franchise that we plan on opening in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. We have to think big here, guys. And Will,
yes,
Joe, and Anthony. It's not going to be easy starting from the bottom like this. Piranhas is a very respected company, franchise.
Yeah, we definitely have to make sure that we continue that well-respected company as far as.
I say we take it to the next level.
With it being the headquarters in Flint, close to your hometown, Joe. I know you have worked as an employee, as a
sales associate. I've worked
on the floor. You know what it's like.
I know most
the customer service.
Yeah. It's like become a boss. But you've already
very similar to that as far as all the aspects of it. But
So,
they do take customer service as one of their highest.
And being in Mount Pleasant, I mean, I'm sure we can all say that is a particularly cold community, and especially in the winter. And
they do have a
exactly.
And we will also be providing college students a fun way to.
It's a good workplace. Also, they do hire a very amount of younger adults.
And the thing is, coming to Central Michigan as a freshman, we are the only Division I NCAA college that does not have an NCAA Division I hockey team. But we do have a very respected ACHA hockey team.
Yes.
But with that being said, there's been discussions how much hockey's been growing because
they do have a very well youth program as far as at Isabella Ice Arena, and they do have a very good high school program also.
The high school program is improving insanely.
The Oilers are getting
because
bringing Piranhas here will only
add. It's only going to make it grow
starting.
Exactly, and I think if you look at I've talked to players personally that have talked on the ACHA team,
including my brother. Who played there the past 2 years.
Their equipment resources here in Mount Pleasant are so scarce that they're. Here's the thing: they're ordering from Piranhas, but they're online locations.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
why not
bring it tangible in store?
Why not bring it here? Exactly.
Yeah. So basically, they're what they're having to do right now is they're having to go on the phone or online to order all their products, and the closest location to Mount Pleasant would either be Saginaw or Flint, but
that's too long of a drive.
No one's gonna drive to Saginaw.
And here's the thing: we have Mount Pleasant has Dunham's, they have Dick's Sporting Goods, which are big. But here's the thing: they are not hockey.
They're not Piranhas.
Hockey is a sport where there's very specialized equipment.
Yes.
And Dunham's and Dick's don't have the contracts for those sports.
Well, one equipment they do carry. It's more like pond hockey and very low level, which might be okay for a younger player just getting into the game. But as far as when you're going up in levels and you're moving up, then equipment's definitely.
And Isabel Arena, which their little pro shop they have, they can't.
They
can't provide the equipment.
What they have there is it's basically like a Dunham's as far as their selection. It's very limited.
It's tape, which
they do have
tape and Sherwoods.
Yeah, basically
that is
in a growing economy for hockey. Especially in this town, I think it would be a marvelous idea to just implement the stores, I guess you could call it.
Yes. Actually, Piranhas is expanding very frequently because they've recently opened up an Indianapolis, Indiana location that was in June.
Uh-huh.
So they're not just sticking to them. They're definitely making sure expanding is one of their top priorities.
If I'm not mistaken, the lacrosse, because their main focus is hockey, yes. But lacrosse aspect of it,
that's growing.
It's growing even more.
However, not all they have over 20 locations, but not all of them do carry lacrosse.
Of course not.
But lacrosse, I feel like if we were going to open a franchise of Piranhas, I would definitely recommend that we do carry lacrosse.
Central Michigan also has a growing lacrosse team.
They do.
One of my good buddies is playing on it.
Let's not forget the basics, and let's not forget history, because history teaches us main things.
Yes.
Let's not forget lacrosse was a Native American sport that was brought to us by the Americans.
We might be
We are the Chippewas, and lacrosse is rooted in this community for ages. With that being said, let's not even...
Like Tony said, though,
it's lacrosse and hockey.
Central does offer a very competitive, although it's not NCAA, it is it's a club. I don't know what league they are in.
I was sitting with a guy at the SAC that's on the team. They're club lacrosse. They're traveling all over.
Actually, my supervisor in Brighton, he actually played for Central's lacrosse team, and it is very close to NCAA standards.
So with that being said, I think we can all agree that our products that we are
definitely be a very good.
Okay.
Very good option.
We have a
beneficial
very
to this
high gross outlook coming our way with this company.
It would just benefit this community.
What we have to look into now is how we're going to, like, as far as opening.
I think we can agree that opening up Piranhas would be a great idea. It's gonna always be busy. It's gonna serve the community very well.
Yes.
The problem is obviously getting that startup money and financing this, how we're gonna move forward with our ideas. And I think
capital is definitely going to be a big component of it. So
I think
in the right startup time.
Like I said, starting this sort of franchise when it comes to pros and cons. We're going to have our opportunity to really market to not only students but also local people. I think one of our major obstacles that we're going to have to get past is that startup funding and that really pushing to get.
Yes, but
people to
believe
in us as
our
a
corporate location definitely provides assistance as far as opening. Like
absolutely,
and with all four of us, if we're going into a partnership,
yes.
we definitely pull some money to maybe match the corporate.
Of course.
Yes, and I know my grandfather, who's retired now and who has major connections, and he was he lives in Birmingham, in Bloomfield, that area. He has connection with Carl's Golfland, which is a golfing equipment store. Yeah. He's very into the entrepreneurship aspect of selling equipment for sports gears, and I know his financial pillow, I guess you would say, is comfortable.
Large.
With that being said, I know
we can definitely get some
personal and family connections. I think with our business plan that we will structure a little bit more formally, and like we were talking about earlier in this discussion about how well a hockey store in this community would take off. I think without a doubt we should have no problem getting funding.
I know that as far as thinking about disadvantages, I know that some of the other stores run into problems because not many people in the community actually know that there's a Piranhas there. And actually, I've witnessed this too because I've had people come into the Brighton store where I worked, and they how long have you guys been here? 2.5 years, and they're like, "Oh, really? I didn't even know you guys were here." Mm-hmm. So as far as that goes, marketing and advertising,
campus,
I would
around the city would be great.
I would definitely like to step that up a little bit just to make sure that people around us know that we're.
We could offer slight discounts to students here at Central Michigan
University.
And we could work with the ice rink.
Mount Pleasant, as being a local of Mount Pleasant, you can see what it's like in the summer months compared to the school in school.
Yeah,
and the thing is, the hockey season is booming while school's in session. So with that being said, I think that's another aspect of tying in the financial gains of the capital that we're going to receive.
Another thing taken into consideration also is that although hockey usually runs from about August to May, generally depending on spring seasons, what starts in the spring is lacrosse. So when hockey stops, lacrosse starts.
It's a constant cycle.
It's a constant cycle. So as far as income goes and revenue.
So we'll definitely have to look at that too and be ordering more lacrosse stuff.
Exactly. That's definitely one of the main concerns.
When it comes to our intent, I guess you would say, and just outlining the logic. Like I said, I think we've established that it's a good idea. But I think our intent, in terms of getting this going, is finding the right location. Here's the thing, like you said, people don't know it's there. Okay, Mount Pleasant isn't a city where it's too big in terms of people.
It's all centralized. I feel like you have Mission Street, and
exactly.
you also have
it's
the
all
downtown.
concentrated.
If we're able to find a strip mall location that's
close to the arena, I feel like too would be
here's the thing, I don't know.
Maybe within the arena.
No, I don't know. Here's the thing.
Not within the
arena.
Here's not really
here's two things. Here's two things though. I kind of like the idea. Here's the thing though, because when it comes to Piranhas' location in terms of people knowing we're there, the ice rink is located slightly on the outskirts of town. So I like the idea of it being in the arena because obviously if you're going to the arena, you have interest in hockey or whatever.
Then again, people that aren't.
It's not. It's, people
There's
walking.
lacrosse too.
I know exactly. So people walking down the street or taking a drive down Mission or wherever it may be.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be in a spot where everyone's going to notice it and recognize it.
Yeah. So
and a place where students wouldn't mind, maybe riding their bike too, not necessarily to buy products, but just check it out,
around,
and then. Which obviously will get people to, wow, look at how many cool things I have here.
We need to look for a place that's somewhat in the suburbs of the city of Mount Pleasant.
I feel like Mission
here's the downtown Mount Pleasant. I've noticed when I was down there last weekend.
Downtown's not the spot for the Piranhas.
That's the thing, though. It's not the place. I saw a lot of buildings though for lease, and I just thought to myself, just possibly if we were able to reconstruct one and remodel it to a point where it's close enough to campus, but also in that downtown area where people are walking around. I think Mission would be a good idea with the strip mall location. Don't get me wrong, but I think we also look at our aspects of Main Street in terms of just because of the way people are socializing downtown and going out to bars.
Yeah, I would
and stuff.
definitely keep that in
I don't have a problem with that at all.
But what really comes down to obviously is what the city is allowing us to do and where we can
price
and where we can find the best what we think would work best in terms of being able to remodel to our standards.
I feel like definitely as far as the price of real estate and like what each because we could definitely tour a few different locations that are available for leasing, and I would make sure that as far as when we actually were to open the store, that they offer all the amenities that we would have to have.
And from you personally, that's those stock rooms, that equipment. It's not a small stock room.
No. It requires a good amount of space, and I feel like when we're looking at these locations, we definitely have to keep.
And it's not space that can be seen by the public. It needs. We need to have a floor, a presentable floor. We need to have our certain areas planned out, and also we need to have that, like I said, that storage.
Definitely. It's only towards the back of the store, we should have obviously a whole wall, and then behind that wall we can have literally all of our
skates. But for the most part, the back room stocks skates along with other back stocked equipment.
And then as you come out that door, maybe have the skate sharpening area right to the left, followed by like all the sticks.
Yeah. We definitely have to look into that. That's like.
I think we're really on the right track, boys.
Yeah.
I just, like I said, when it comes to finance, I don't think we need to worry too much about people not believing in the success. Okay, because like I said, I think what we have in mind in terms of establishing this type of franchise in this community will boom, and I think other people will see that, which will help us get that financial step. So if we do a good enough job of explaining to people and providing how well this company should do in this location, I think us getting those startup finances shouldn't be a problem. And
I agree.
And so with that being said, I don't think if someone asks this question hypothetically, could you really open this business? I would say without a doubt, just because of that aspect of people are going to realize that you're right. This location is prime for a Piranha hockey club.
Yeah, I agree with that, man.
So with that being said, I say we move forward and take care of business and get going.
Get it done.
I think this is great. I think good job today, Will.